Good morning all, it's Teresa McAuliffe here again from Lighting the Way, and this morning I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the presentation that Greg Braden offered in London. So I've just taken out my notes and just to recap and just to refresh, and it was quite an intense and scientific presentation in many ways. So I hope I can just bring you the essence of, I suppose, what we can take away from it really to help us in our everyday life, because that's what we're here doing at the moment. We're having our human experiences in this everyday life. And it's not a very ordinary time to be here on earth. And I'll just refer to my notes so that I can sort of capture the essence for you. So he says, that there are three common themes. We're all dreaming and dreaming the bigger dream. It's this ancient battle between light and dark, and humans do have the power to triumph. So, this is really enlightening. So he says that we are a generation that's really bridging. So we're in both worlds. We're dissolving into memories of the past, and we're awakening to the future. And we're still living a regular life here on earth. So we are doing such a really good job, and we need to just continue to progress and help those people maybe that aren't quite aware yet that we are the bridge and we are so needed, and that we did choose to come here at this time. So he says we must change. So we must move into the higher vibration. We must start living more from the soul. Old thinking doesn't fit anymore. And, this is directly from his mouth. I just captured some little pieces, and I'll try and bring the context together. He says what lives within you is so powerful that it can bring the new world into reality. Now, isn't that just so inspirational? So what lives within you and I, all of us, is so powerful that it can bring the new world into reality. But there are systems that are trying to stop us. We do have the power to triumph. Humans do have that power to triumph. So, we bring in the good over evil, light over dark. This is where we're at the moment. And there are very new discoveries that are giving us new information. And these are scientific discoveries. Scientists do ask the forbidden questions, Are we dreaming inside a computer simulation? Is this a base reality? And they have some answers at the moment, and they really, I suppose, want to help us to make sure that we're not a hybrid population by 2035. And if we don't actually take stock, and if we don't take total responsibility and start allowing ourselves to work with that information that's within our DNAs, it could be possible that we would be a hybrid population by 2035, but that's not going to happen, because we are human and we have the power to triumph. So what are we learning at the moment is really important. We do have to know who we are now, so this is really, really, really necessary. The messages are written in the cells of our body. Every cell has the information. We're living in a dream, and where's our base reality? So he says that our humanness is actually the key, and our humanness is being challenged by synthetic consciousness. So we need to be careful. We need to be really responsible at this point. We're at this pivotal point, and we really need to be responsible. Do we remain a human species or a hybrid of human and technology? I certainly want to remain human. We're not aware of how powerful we are. I want us all to become more and more present within ourselves, allowing ourselves to tap into that innate power that's within us, and allow ourselves to be totally human while we're here, but understanding that we have our God seed. So we're God, really, in this human body. It's really important. I remember Wayne Dyer talking about this moons ago now, and I was at some presentation that he was giving, and he always asked us to say, I am God. I remember coming back to Ireland and saying this at a spiritual support group that I was running in Cork at the time, and asking everybody to actually say, I am God, and to believe it. And it was a difficult concept for people to take on board, but because of the group that was in it, after a number of weeks, people were more comfortable with saying to themselves, I am God. So he says we're very, very powerful. And he also says humans are the prize. Our humanness is the key to our divinity. So just think about that. So we have the power to triumph. I'm just reading a few little bits here now. Because we have the Atman within. Our humanness is the key. And it's only possible through our biology. Humanness is rare, it's beautiful, and it's precious. Okay, so, you know, children in the classrooms and indeed adults are being told that they're flawed in different ways, you know, but we have a deep intuition within us. We have a deep truth held within us, you know, and every day we express divinity in many, many ways. And so just start to become aware of your divine self and how you express it. Divinity frees us from all the illusions, especially the illusions of fear. When you're living in your divine nature, you are much harder to control. So you think about that. You start living in your divine nature, and outside forces are going to find it very hard to control you. So he talked about transhuman. So trans means beyond. So transhuman, beyond human. Okay, so it's emotions that can really cloud our human clarity and our concepts. And, you know, they're considered flaws. So they're not really flaws, but they can, if we allow outside forces to affect our emotions, then it will actually put a big cloud over our reality. Okay, so he also says that instructions are not in the neurons. Your body turns and tunes into the field of infinite consciousness, your divinity. But transhuman would veil our divinity. So it's really important that we stay human. Our humanness is the key. Divinity begins with your story. How do you think of yourself? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a magnificent human being, a God essence being housed in this body? It's really important that you start to think of who you really are. Who are you? Who are we? So in the answer within is the code of life itself. Science now supports that we are not just products of biology. So we're not just fluke products. The information and the data, this is the new discovery, that all information and data is actually stored in every cell of your DNA. So your data is stored in your DNA. So he says, think of the cells as the library, and think of the chromosomes as the books. And then the DNA is the stories that are in the books. So he says chemical codes can be converted into meaningful language. And just to kind of encapsulate all of that, there's quite a lot of sciencey stuff here now that I can't regurgitate. But he says, who am I? I am God eternal within the body. And then another quote says, I am a rare, precious, powerful being. So if we can use those two affirmations for ourselves to help us to become more conscious of who we actually are, how powerful we actually are, and how we can actually help to raise our personal frequency, the frequency of everybody around us, and in turn, the collective frequency. So that's it really for today. I'm going to take one card, and this is, what do we need to surrender? Okay, so this is what feels right today. So what do we need to surrender today? What do we need to surrender? So this is like a collective card. This is generic now, obviously. Okay. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. And it's step by step by step. And it's a very heartfelt card. That's all the green of the heart that's in there. So maybe your goal is to allow yourself to be fully human and to take back your power. I am a rare, precious, powerful being. Just remember that. I am a rare, precious, powerful being. I am God eternal within my body. God bless you. Thank you.